Welcome back, everybody. This is episode 133 of the Jiu-Jitsu Dummies podcast. We're brought to you by Black Belt Digital Marketing. Anything you need to build your business on or offline, it's website design, Google Ads, graphic design, printing, we can absolutely help. Check us out at Black Belt Digital Marketing on Instagram or our website, bbdigitalmarketing.com. You can request a free review of your online presence today. I'm Milton Campus. I'm a brown belt training out of South Florida. We got Bo and Christian behind the camera. Say hello, guys. Woohoo! Don't forget to like, comment, download, share, click that subscribe button. We'd appreciate the support. Joining us today is the crew from A M Jiu-Jitsu.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah, woohoo.
Where's our applause, bro?
Oh, my button doesn't work. Wait, this one works. This one works. Ah, there you go.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. We got Joshua Thanos.
That's right.
That's Thanos.
Drew Phoenix. Do we give him your real name?
No, bro. Hey, I got a new nickname now. I got a new nickname.
Okay, what's the new nickname?
The People's Coach.
The People's Coach. Okay.
Damn.
We'll find out about that in a minute. And Daniel, what's your last name, Daniel?
Carreno.
That's Luigi,
right, so
bro.
Hang out for a second, guys. I'm gonna do some shout outs and then we'll get this thing started. All right. Thank you to our friends over at Flow and Roll. Hands down the best custom gi and no-gi gear in the business. Don't believe us? Visit them on Instagram at flow_n_roll. And check out all their custom designs. They just put out a really cool video of everything they've done last year, so it's really get a good snapshot of the work that they do, the graphics, and you know all the print that they do. You got a Flow and Roll shirt on? Oh, there you go, Flow and Roll. All right. You can find our podcast tee and even our no-gi kits on their website. We just did a new one. It's a hobbyist no-gi kit that we'll have out in probably the next month or so. So go check them out again at Flow and Roll on Instagram or their website, flowandroll.com. You get 20% off with code JJD, and also if you're a gym owner, ask them about their pre-order program. We got Leo Optics. I'm sorry I don't have my glasses today. My favorite pair broke.
Blind us.
But we got their little sunglass kit here. Leo Optics is a sunglass and apparel company specializing in signature bamboo sunglasses. So I got like a little wood frames. Their passion is rooted in the jiu-jitsu lifestyle, founded in Southern California with products reflecting the BJJ lifestyle. So check them out at leooptics.com. You get 10% off with code JJD. All right. And then we've got BioPro Tech, right? They're a bio or identical alternative to human growth hormone. If you don't know what that means, basically it's going to help you with anti-aging, metabolism, libido, immune system, skin cognition. You got two. You got one, the quarter sleep plus helps you with stress and obviously with sleep. All this with no needles, so no side effects. You can check them out at bioproteintech.com. You get $30 off with code JJD on there. You got to buy a kit totaling more than $295, right? So again, code JJD. All right, that's it. Hey!
Can we get free steroids?
Wow.
Yeah.
No,
I want free steroids.
Like some free steroids.
This is a bio-identical alternative
Okay, so
to HGH.
Yeah, so non-steroids, whatever. Do we get free?
This
Jesus.
great. It definitely helps with the libido. Let's say that. I'm taking these two.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I need to turn that down, to be honest with you.
Yeah. Then this isn't for you.
Okay.
But a little bit older. No, it's still good. Great for guys that, like if somebody's doing TRT. It actually works really good if they're doing a TRT program. Kind of works really good side by side.
I'll look into it.
All right. Welcome, guys. What do you got there? You got the Macho Man glasses on.
Hey, these are his. I don't know. They look cool, bro.
Yeah.
That's
not
it,
on,
baby.
not
You're
on,
way too
not
old to
on
be
you.
wearing
Maybe there's gonna be
Not
some
on
of the
you.
sauce.
Not on you. So what's
Not
going
on
on,
me.
man? What's up, man? It's been a while since we had you on.
Man,
Yeah. You got a lot going on over there, right? You got some
Yeah,
changes at the gym?
some changes.
Tell us about A M Jiu-Jitsu. What's new?
Well, this is our newest competitor, Luigi.
Luigi,
Let's tell you a story.
Luigi, the
behind.
firefighter. Man, your bio was like the one, like firefighter, blue belt, firefighter, and then what else?
Porn
And
star.
then Marine.
And a Marine
Yeah,
veteran. A Marine
yeah.
vet. There you go, brother.
Yeah, man.
Thank you for your
Gay porn
service.
star.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Let me tell you, one of the first times I met Drew, he actually told a story about, I don't know if you remember this, you were like, you hated when people said thank you for your service. Do you
Yeah.
remember that?
Yeah.
You didn't like it. But then
No, I
then
didn't
you
say I
changed.
hated it. I said that it makes every veteran feel weird.
Yeah.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
oh, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
You want to actually? I normally don't. I don't say it. I'm just like, oh, that's great, man. You
Yeah.
know, like because ever since he said that, even though you kind of changed your tune on that later, right? You don't mind it, or you still bother
No,
you?
my brother gave me a perfect answer. It's like, thank
Okay.
you for your support.
Okay.
Because it feel
All
weird,
right.
like, oh, thank you for your service. And like, oh, you're welcome.
Yeah.
Thank you
Right.
for thanking me.
Yeah, that's,
Thank you for thanking me.
yeah, that makes sense. So I like that. Thank you for your support.
No, you know what? You're welcome for my service. That's what you're gonna start doing.
Yeah, luckily I've never thanked any of you guys for any of that.
Thank
silly-
God.
Yeah, for nothing.
For
Zero.
what? For like shooting awesome guns and like getting paid some sort of money to go like travel the world. Yeah, enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what it was like, right? That's what he thinks it was like.
That sums it up. That sums it up pretty well.
You did. Yeah.
Everything I hear you guys talk about, I'm like, wow, that sounds awesome.
Did you go? Were you overseas?
I went to Korea and Japan. I didn't go anywhere in combat. I just joined at the wrong time. I was in
Or the right time.
or the right time, depending how you look at
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I was in from 2012 to 16.
Okay. And then, Drew, when did you?
04 to 09.
04 to 09.
Yeah.
Were you in Japan? Where were you?
No,
where did you do some like consulate something, right?
I did embassy duty, so I went
Embassy
to, after Kuwait and Iraq, I went to Guinea, which is in West Africa. Then I went to China, Beijing.
China.
And then I got NJP. That's like a little punishment for calling a female Marine a bitch.
Little pee slap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then,
No.
and then
They did give you this?
then I went back to Africa.
Did they tell you that?
Yeah. Then I went back to Africa, which is
Racist.
Niger. And then I went to Lebanon, and where else did I go? Thailand. Yeah, it's cool.
And for people that don't know, were you doing jiu-jitsu before you left, or you got onto jiu-jitsu?
I started watching jiu-jitsu like a madman before I left.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah, because I saw Rampage Jackson do an interview, and
Yeah.
Joe Rogan was like, "Why did you get beat by Forrest Griffin?" And he said, "Because he whooped my ass."
Yeah.
And I was like, I started laughing. I just saw the Marines watching it in the living room, and I was like, I went to duty that night, and I just watched all of Rampage Jackson's content, and then I watched all his fights, and I saw him powerbomb somebody, and then I was just like, oh shit. And I just started watching all the Pride fights on YouTube. Then I started watching all the UFCs, and then
But you weren't into this. You weren't into MMA, jiu-jitsu, martial arts before that.
no, bro.
You don't have that like everybody's got that. When I was 12, my mother put me into Taekwondo. You know?
No.
You got that
That's
story.
this guy.
that's you
there
got-
it is.
Yeah.
There's always
Yeah.
one. There's
I got
always
the-
one.
I did a little karate when I was younger. Very little karate.
Yeah, no. I
Yeah.
tried karate, got out of it. Tried judo, got out of it.
Yeah.
Tried baseball, got out of it. Did
Yeah.
high school. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
Basketball?
Basketball.
Sorry.
Yeah, that's Thanos.
So yeah, well, we're gonna get to him in a second. Where so let's go back to the gym. So you got some things going on at the gym. Give us like an update. I know last time we talked, you're doing like some stand up now, or you've kind of blended that in with the.
So
It's not just A&M Jiu-Jitsu anymore.
yeah, so before we were renting the space with the kickboxing program.
The old Stanford MMA. Is it? No?
Sure.
Was it the original Stanford MMA? Right, that's where they
But
started.
they were originally the Black Zillions, right? And then they
Wasn't
were
it
Hard Knocks.
Stanford then? Was it which one came first, Black Zillions or
It was
Stanford?
Black Zillions, Hard
okay.
Knocks 365,
And then Stanford.
and then Sanford when they left.
Okay,
So,
all
but
right.
those same
I thought it
group
was the
of
other way
guys,
around.
Henry
Yeah,
Hooft
yeah.
and the boys. Let's
Okay.
just call it then.
Sure.
All right. And yeah, his kickboxing program was there, and then we bought it from him, and now the entire program is A&M Jiu-Jitsu.
You gonna be changing your name? Or you gonna? Yeah.
Eventually, when we figure out what.
Are you voting on what the name's gonna be, or are you trying to figure something
Bro,
out?
finding another name is such a pain in the ass.
A&M MMA.
Black
I don't like
Magic.
A&M.
There's a lot of A's and M's in your name already, so it's like A&M MMA would be a little
it's
hard.
just-
A&M mixed martial
sucks,
arts.
To be honest with you.
the name does suck.
But
I
there's no
always
good
thought there was
names.
an A. I thought there was Andrew U, and an M.
No, the story behind this is that when, like in 2019-ish, 2018, my strength and conditioning coach was A&M Strength and Conditioning. Anthony, me and him were real tight. Was training with him, and when GF Team shut down the gym that I was at,
Yeah.
me and Devin decided that we were going to start the jiu-jitsu gym, and through Gilbert Burns, who introduced us to Henry Hooft, that's how we ended up getting the spot. Anthony said that he wanted to partner with us, so we were like, okay, cool. So he's like, do you mind if we call it A&M Jiu-Jitsu? And then my vision was, okay, so we call it A&M Jiu-Jitsu, and then when Anthony leaves the spot that he's at and we're ready, then we'll start the A&M Combat Compound.
Okay.
So that's why I went along with that. I was like, okay, cool, that's a good vision. But for whatever
So
reason,
A&M wasn't your choice. That
No.
was kind of okay.
yeah, and he, you know what I mean? Like he wanted that, and I was like, all right, cool. Like that sounds cool. Like we'll make it the A&M Combat Compound. He'll do all the strength and conditioning. She's an amazing coach. So I was like, all right, that's great.
Yeah.
Right, he'll do the strength and conditioning, then we'll do the jiu-jitsu, and then we'll have the combat compound, and that's how we'll move forward after we leave Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
For whatever reasons, life, he wasn't able to do that. So now it's just like, okay, we're here with the name, we're building the name, but it wasn't really like my name or my vision. So we ended up changing it.
Because when I asked you last time, I thought it was like Andrew and somebody.
No,
and then
animals and monsters.
Animals and monsters, but that.
I mean, that's cool.
Yeah.
That
was that his original vision, or is that what you put in there?
No. That's
so,
his,
okay.
that's
it was all right. Okay.
But could you imagine, like, if it's like Anthony and I don't know, Marianne or something?
I always thought it was you and a partner. I thought you had a true partner in the business. Is there a partner? Is
me and Devin,
your cousin? He's like official.
Yeah,
partner?
no, Devin's my partner in everything. Like he's my right hand man. That's my dog.
Is he? What is brown and black? Yeah. What is he?
Whoa.
Brown or black?
He's African
brown or
American.
black belts.
American belts, sir.
American, yeah.
You keep it PC,
2023,
bro.
man. Come on, jeez.
Jesus.
I thought it was gonna be me.
Canceled.
Is he? What belt rank is he now?
Purple.
He wears purple cloth around his waist right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he strangles people.
Yeah.
Who wear
Yeah.
darker colors.
So for people that don't know,
Yeah.
you're in the people down here in South Florida, they all know Extreme Action Park. You're in that building that.
Yeah. We could walk into Extreme Action Park
and then walk
just go
through
the
to your
door.
gym. Yeah.
It's the best setup in South Florida. There's no change.
Yeah.
There's nothing comes close.
Yeah.
You go karting
That-
next door.
Yeah. Well, then they do, and then you got the events that come and rent out in the back. I mean, it's like a perfect location. Like,
Yeah.
It's almost like it's like
best.
in your gym.
Yeah.
But the gym itself, like, there's no other, like, American Top Team would be the closest thing, which I trained there before I came with you guys. But, like, when you walk in, the mat space is awesome. And then you have this huge strength and conditioning, like, facility in the back. Like, there's, like, we take it for granted now, but people walk in, they're like, wow, this place is awesome.
Yeah.
I'm like, hell yeah, it is.
Yeah, that was me. I walked in, I was like, holy shit, everything in one spot. This is nice.
Well, most jiu-jitsu gyms are like the size of this studio, and they're matted, and like you can't get more than like 4 people on the mat.
And you guys, you can use the weights and all that training.
Yeah, it's
so
part
your
of the
guys,
membership.
when they
You see this guy, you think he doesn't
Yeah.
use the weights?
Oh yeah.
can't see him. Like, hold on one second.
Oh boy.
Whoa, hey.
Well, I'm not trying to flex again.
yeah. You look,
like the light over there.
You look bigger with them off. You look bigger with them off. So everybody calls you Thanos.
What's my last name?
It's
yeah.
your real. That's really your last name.
Yeah,
or it's not a
that's-
nickname.
yeah, no, I
okay.
got it.
You think,
my
you think
father
with a
fucking
last name
great,
like that?
Great fucking last name.
You think we're gonna call him Joshua? Hell
yeah.
no.
Milton
That's Thanos.
Campus over here. That's fucking like, great name.
Yeah.
So how did you meet Drew? How did you start training there?
So Drew.
I got a funny story.
Well,
What did Drew do to you?
No, not to me.
It's his brother.
So Drew beat my brother and I have been grappling since high school.
Okay.
And we used to like, so we've been in the area for a long time doing jiu-jitsu and training and bouncing around and whatnot. But so we were actually at a new breed in, it was either December of 2019 or January of 2020, just before COVID. And Drew beat my brother in an advanced bracket.
Okay.
At 165, which I know it's hard to believe that actually happened, right? But he weighed in. He
You
made
had 1
weight.
foot off the scale when you had to weigh.
Apparently he made weight. There was some abs. It was crazy. So he actually had my brother is not like the most skilled, but he's a really good wrestler and super athletic. So they had a really tough match, and Drew got him with like an Imanari roll with like 30 seconds left, and got a takedown on him. And then went on somehow, even though he lost a match in the bracket, somehow won it, which is like some wonky.
It was a
weird
double
way.
elimination.
That's not how double elimination works.
I know, but the
new
breed,
breed's
brother.
silly with that. Like if you lose,
The best you
as
can
a
do is
side note,
third.
yeah, that's how life works. You can't lose and then get first. It doesn't work that way. But somehow Drew got that. But
Surprise,
so
bitches.
then I think we traded like on Instagram or whatever. We were training at American Top Team at the time, which they shut down for COVID, and then we went over and trained with them at GF, which is like one of those places that's like the size of this place, and you can get 4 people on the mat. So we stopped by there, and we had some fun rounds with them, and then. September of 2020, you reached out and you're like, hey, on Instagram, like, hey, we're starting up. I'm like, all right. So
How long have you been open? What year did you open?
September 2020.
Oh,
Yeah.
so same
But
time. Okay.
what's funny is that his Instagram is just watches. So I thought I was talking to his brother.
Okay.
So he's like,
that's right, yeah.
So he's talking to me. He's like, oh, you open the gym. American Top Team shut him down. I'm going to come check out your gym. At first, he said he was just going to come for a couple months until Top Team opened back up.
Yep.
Okay.
And then.
So you were going to HQ? You were going to HQ? Okay.
Yeah, I've been there for like 2 years. I've
Coconut Creek.
been there on and off. Well, I bounced around. So I lived in Philly and I trained up with Daniel Gracie up in Philly. And then I came back and I was at Top Team. Top Team's great. It's an awesome facility, but like I've trained for a lot of different places over the last 15 years almost. There's no place that compares to our gym at A&M. Nothing close. But yeah, so I think I came in, I was like a week after you guys started, I showed up on a Monday, and then I was a blue belt at the time. Whatever that means, and now
an ass kicking brown belt.
Well, whatever. Yeah, Drew gave me a brown belt, whatever that means. But yeah, no, it's.
So I cut you off before you started to say something about 2020. You opened. Do you remember what you were going to say?
So, well, GF closed.
GF closed. You open.
Yeah.
You reach out to these guys. They come in.
Well, no,
your brother too. Did your brother train?
He did. Yeah, he actually 2 years ago he got injured on our mats, so he hasn't been training since. But yeah, he was training with us for a while. Yeah. Almost, yeah. He tore his MCL on the mats, but that's dangers of wrestling.
What's the deal with all the watches? What is that? Is that a hobby or is that your day job?
Yeah, I work for the largest watch selling operation on the planet, so I do sales for them, and that's I guess my Instagram. I don't really like social media as it is. Like I don't post things. It's weird.
It's like one picture of you, like in the mix.
Yeah, but mine's all watches. So, so people do that all the time. Like I recognize people from social media, but. And
they don't recognize
in my mind, I forget, like, oh, yeah, they don't see pictures of me, so they don't know who the hell I am. So I'll walk up to somebody, and then they're like, who are you? I'm like, oh,
Thanos.
Mr. Thanos. Yeah, so.
Watch guy.
Yeah, watch guy. So, but yeah, that's how it started. And then I was like I'd say when I started, I've been training for a long time, but I never had, so like I started training probably like 2008, I'd say is when I actually started really training. Like before that, it was like puzzle mats in my backyard with like BJ Penn videos with my brother and like going to different people's houses and just like grappling and wrestling and things like that. But so I started training with my first black belt in 2015. That's when I put on the pajamas. And actually I liked them a lot. I like really enjoyed gi jiu-jitsu for a while. But I bounced around too much, so I was never getting like promoted or whatever. So I started with these guys, and I describe myself as like a tough to submit blue belt. That was kind of what my game was. And no guard whatsoever. And then I started training with Drew, and then like 6 months or so into it, Drew was like, I want to show you leg locks. So he shows me that, and then that opens up my whole game. And then now, like, I'm just a complete guard player.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. So the going back to the watches real quick, because so the job, are you said something about like you're trading stocks or you're trading watches?
Yeah, no, I don't trade stocks. He was joking with you.
Okay.
I mean,
he's like, he's got to do a trade.
Yeah. So I mean,
making millions.
No,
one click at a time.
Right. That'd be tremendous. No, I work.
Is it like a trading situation? Like these are like you're buying like used watches and high-end watches and things like that?
Yeah, basically. So I work for a company called Watchbox, just the largest company in the industry buying, selling, and trading watches. We're also authorized dealers for a lot of different brands like Rolex and Patek and stuff like that. So I've been doing that for a decade. I guess I'm like one of their top salespeople there. Okay. So that's what I do, and then we have a few other like family businesses. So.
Okay. All right,
I thought jobs are for losers, bro.
Oh, they are, bro. I'm the biggest loser at this table right now. I got a lot of jobs.
Yeah.
Yeah, it sucks.
What about you, Daniel? You're currently a firefighter?
I am. I've been on the job for 6 years. I work up in West Palm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm at the town of Palm Beach.
All right.
Until they hear this podcast.
Yeah. Right?
Yeah, we're all we're all fired. Yeah.
Dude, I've been trying so hard to get fired.
How did you find Drew and get involved with this this guy?
I started jiu-jitsu at American Top Team Fort Lauderdale.
Okay.
And it's mostly like a gi gym. We have no gi days, but it's mostly gi. Yeah, no, right? And it just never was my thing. Even when I started, I did it because I had to, at white belt. We did a lot of IBJJF. So as a white belt, you can only do gi. So, I did my time, got promoted eventually, and then became a blue belt. And then I'm like, man, now I can do more of the no gi stuff. And then, I was just looking for a gym that dedicated their time more in the no-gi.
Yeah. Are you still running gi classes? Or they're gone? Wow, man. I'm like,
we tried.
I'm like primarily nobody goes to the gi. I showed up at, you're like, yeah, come to an open mat. I showed up with my gi and no gi. I put on the gi and it was like everybody staring at us. It was like me and Miguel. We came and like, all right, everybody
must have
shows
missed
up.
that
It's
day.
no-gi. But he didn't tell me that. He just, come and train. I'm like, all right, yeah. I think he gave me some shit like, gi's at 12 and then like,
Or 11.
no
That's when I
gi's
still was
that was
doing
a long
11
time ago,
o'clock
yeah.
gi. I
ask me
tried
what
to
time
do
he
it.
showed up though. So he told me to be there like at 11. He showed up at like 12.
Oh yeah.
So
Bro, at least I'm consistent,
no.
bro.
So then that's why I said I knew I factored in you being late to the schedule.
As you should have.
So I did. We just switched into our no-gi gear that day, but I mean that's been a couple of years. But no more no-gi. Just nobody's interested in it at your gym, or you just
Because it's a mainly like a no-gi and MMA gym, so the
Okay.
gi is just kind of thrown to the side.
We used to
I mean,
have
eventually.
Tuesdays and Thursdays.
Just gone?
It used to be gi. So like I teach on Thursdays now. So there's no gi there. I mean, I could teach a gi class. Like I've done
so
way
there
more
are
gi than no gi.
zero
but it's not.
gi classes at your gym
Kids,
anymore.
if you want to grab
Oh,
yeah,
kids,
yeah,
okay. Oh,
kids,
there's
kids
kids
gi, man, awesome.
I would
fantastic.
fuck a kid up in the gi, bro.
Is there,
What?
Probably heel hook them too, right?
Right?
Oh my god, it'd be a blast.
there's
Prison
you do
rules.
have
kids gi. Yeah, of course, absolutely.
Is there a kids no gi?
Bro,
Are you
life
doing
lessons
no-gi
with
as well?
think so,
Professor
yeah.
Drew.
Yeah.
That's gonna be the gi class.
Yeah.
Run
No,
through
but yeah,
those
so
kids.
there is gi kit. Actually, Rock is our kids instructor. He's fantastic, and he's a
Amazing.
more traditional gi guy.
Okay.
But yeah, everything else right now, all the adult classes, is all no gi, which is for me personally, like I'm getting older, and like the gi is just too tough on my body.
Really?
Oh God, bro!
I feel like it's the other way around.
No,
for me, it
absolutely
feels the other
not.
way around.
So the hands is one thing, right? That's what everyone says.
Yeah.
But honestly, like I have a bad back and neck, and like so if we're grappling, you throw a collar tie. Number one, I can shed it like very quickly, right? But that's basically all the pressure you're gonna put on my neck is on a collar tie, or maybe like some sort of choke or whatever, which I can tap to. But in the gi, anywhere you grab on my jacket, like is putting pressure on my neck.
Okay.
So like my neck, my back hurts so bad after
Okay.
doing like gi rounds. So that's kind of the reason, because I used to come and do gi, like I like it, it's fun, but if I'm gonna pick one, especially since like I've gotten better and I've been competing a lot with these guys, like no chance I'm competing in the gi. It's not happening whatsoever. Absolutely not.
No.
I feel like I can control the pace. I had like a heart attack years ago, and when I came back, I was just like, oh, this is. I can control the like, or it's like
can
if
slow it
especially when I'm rolling with lower belts, I could slow it down. They can go at my speed. I had to get my cardio back. It took a really long time. I'd get on the mat, my heart would just start like racing. So I'm like, all right, let me slow it down, and that was just easier. Sure. No gi, I'm slipping off, and it's just super fast paced.
I agree with that.
yeah.
That's true. But I found a way to slow down the pace just by playing guard and basically making my guard unpassable and like attacking people's legs. You get like some maniac like this guy who wants to go 200 miles an hour and try to
Oh, that's you.
Slay-
You're the
right?
guy.
So, like,
we got some of those. We got
Oh,
like one or
dude,
two.
That
of those.
boy
all
can
these guys.
wrestle.
Cardio's a
Yeah.
weapon.
And
Cardio's a weapon.
they try to do that. So I'm like, okay, all right. So then I'm just gonna, I'll use some frames. I'm sitting down, I'm playing off my back, and then I'm just gonna wait till you make a mistake and then either catch your legs or triangle or whatever. That's
Yeah.
so what's good is at our gym, because we do have a lot of like natural athletes.
Whoa. Hard quotations.
Right. Yeah. So these guys who are
zoom
like
in on that. Zoom in on that one.
natural athletes. So yeah, these guys, who think that they're training for some sort of professional sport, and they try to just go 200 miles an hour. So I've developed a game to slow those characters down quite a bit. So that's been helpful for me.
Teach me. Good. Tell me what
Come
do
to
you
class.
do?
I
What do
teach
you-
tonight.
Yeah, because we have like a lot of time. Well, I mean, it usually happens mostly with like a newer guy,
Yeah.
but we've got like
Spazzy
guys that
white
are like
belts?
my size and bigger, like 230 plus. Yeah, spazzy white belts, hurting people.
Terrible.
And like I'm just like, guys, I'll tell them. I feel like I've been there long. I've been there 7 years. That I feel like I can say something, and I do. But these guys like literally our spazziest white belt just like fell on Ray and like fucked up his rib the other day. He was out for like 2 weeks easily. He's like, I just had to stay off the mat, but just basically like gave him like a people's elbow almost, like, and just fell on top of him.
Christ.
And
I might hold on to the strangle a little bit
Holy
longer.
yeah,
Yeah,
man, I mean, I've like that person, super nice guy. He trains there with his girlfriend. Super nice guy. There's nothing wrong, but he's instead of matching intensity, right? Which you learn over time.
Yeah.
He's just like starting out like super hard. Like that's not jiu-jitsu. That's not jiu-jitsu. Just landing on top of somebody. Like, okay, look, pull. You're white, but pull guard, or go to your knees. You don't have to be, stepping into somebody's guard and then like trying to fall on them. Like with a guy like that, I'm not gonna have a stand up. We have a lot of people on the mat at any given time too, so it's hard to have like a good stand up battle and really like drop a double leg, you're gonna hit like 3 other people, right? So with him, I'll pull him. I'll pull him I'll just pull him down hard into my guard and like, okay, now let's work. But he doesn't do that with everybody. So he's hurting people. So I've had a couple talks with him. Middle of a roll, I've had to tell him like, bro, what are you doing? You're gonna hurt. Like a guy that's like a purple belt, he's a white belt. Somebody's purple belt, like half his size. I'm like, bro, you're gonna hurt that guy. Stop what you're doing and do jiu-jitsu. Relax. You can, the whole winning practice thing and all that stuff. But that's like that's almost every new white belt, right?
Yeah. Well,
I mean, it depends. You have some people that are more aggressive, but most they come in and they're like, oh, I'm supposed to win this thing now, right?
Because they don't know any better.
Right. But if you catch those folks a couple times, they realize like they're not going to win.
Yeah.
So, and anybody larger than me, I'm not going to be their first roll. That's not happening. I'm not going to deal with that. And then, I'll try to tap them early. And then just so I can get a little bit of, like, especially if I see that they're trying to be aggressive, I'll grab whatever it is. Like, I'll try not to heel hook new white belts, people who don't know me very well.
Keyword try. You heard that?
Well, like,
Try not to.
Yeah, like I'm just, because they also might not know and all that stuff. So, but I'll try to get to some sort of choke. I will punch choke a new white belt. I will do that, absolutely.
Such a dick.
That calms people down real quick, man. Like I'll catch a triangle and the guy's trying to posture out of it, and I'll just reach up and just finish the choke with the punch, or guillotine
Classic
with the punch.
Thanos.
Dude. But I feel like that's because I don't want to have like an ego roll. But if you're gonna do that, I'm gonna just show you how to. Hey, listen, skill is the most important thing here. Your aggression is gonna help you a little bit, but skill is the most important thing. Let me show you how.
We had Brendan McCaffrey on way back when we first started, and he would say we were talking about this, and he says those guys, I'm gonna like let them spaz out, let them go crazy, and I'm going to gently submit them. I'm going to show them. I'm going to submit them, and I'm going to show them how, like, no matter how crazy you go, all of this spazzing, I'm going to submit them, and I'm going to do it like almost in a gentle way. He did it. He went like that. I remember him going like that. So I'm going to submit them gently, So I mean that's what I try to do. But I mean sometimes you just get that, Again, we've had a couple of guys again, and it's usually the bigger guys that like they get submitted and then they come back even hard. Like then now they're like, I want to get aggressive, But I think it's something you got to beat out of them, right? A
little bit. Like again, like what's great about jiu-jitsu is like I'm not punching you in the head.
Yeah.
So like I can be aggressive with you also, and there's no harm done.
Yeah.
Right. So like I can like not gently, like I can make things very unpleasant for you. Like so I weigh like 175, 180 pounds, and we get guys like a 200+ pound white belt shows up and tries to get crazy. And I can like they get flattened out with leg hooks by a guy who looks half the size and is probably 10 years older than them. And now they're like, what the? And it allows them to take a step back.
It's eye-opening.
Right. So like I'm going to, if I see somebody who's acting like super aggressive, I might put them in a position that they're not going to enjoy, right? So that they understand, hey, listen, skill is everything here. Like technique is everything here. And your size and aggression can help you in some ways.
Yeah.
But not against somebody who's that much so much more skilled than you. And not only is it like the jiu-jitsu is not a gentle art.
Yeah.
Right. Like it can be very unpleasant.
BS, right?
Right. It can be very unpleasant. Like you get stuck under somebody and you can't get out no matter what. You're trying to bench press me. You're trying to turtle up when I have you flatten out with leg hooks. And I, with very little effort, can make things incredibly unpleasant for you. And then realizing, okay, so that's what jiu-jitsu is about. It's like understanding position. And then now you can use your natural abilities.
Why are you pointing at me?
Because anybody with muscles, I just
he was saying he's like your cardio is a weapon. Talk about that. I mean, you're one of these guys with exceptional cardio.
Right. I mean, I don't think it's crazy, but I mean, it's above average. It's above average, and you use that as a weapon. It's how many people are really going to want to wrestle? How many people are really going to want to push that pace? 2, 3 minutes, 4, 5. You name it. Were you
always like that? Like, what did you do before jiu-jitsu? I mean, you're again veteran, Marine vet, firefighter. When did jiu-jitsu come into play in that mix?
Okay, so after I got out of the Marines, I didn't play any sports growing up. I was just partying and chasing girls and you name it. I grew up in Miami, so it's different now. Right? And, my parents were always busy working, so they didn't have time to take me to any practice or anything. So I didn't grow up playing sports. So after I got out of the Marines, I was married at the time. That was going south, of course. And I was like, man, you know, I listen to Joe Rogan just like everybody else. And he's always talking about, you know, jiu-jitsu.
Who's that?
Yeah, that guy. And he's always talking about how, you know, jiu-jitsu is therapeutic, blah, blah, blah. It makes you feel better. And I was in a rut. You know, I was like, man, fuck, everything sucks right now. You know, and as a firefighter, you do have a lot of time off because you work 1 day off, 2 days off. So I was like, man, I got to find something to do because I'm drinking, I'm going out, I'm just doing dumb shit left and right. And I just showed up at ATT. It's the first, I Googled jiu-jitsu and it was just the first gym that popped up. So I showed up for class. You know, they sell you the whole bundle. You need the rash guard. I'm $500. I'm like, yo, what the fuck? And then so I start rolling and a week later, I'm like, man, this is cool. I like it. You know, besides the gi part, but you know, it's cool. And
did you not like the gi in the beginning? Did you not like it from the beginning?
I never liked it.
Yeah. Did you also do no gi classes though? Were you doing?
Yeah. So
they had found like you usually wind up. Oh, there's a preference if you do it right away. From
so
the beginning.
they have gi and no gi.
Yeah.
And no gi is 3 days a week, I believe. Maybe they changed. I don't remember.
Miss your morning routine, BioPro.
Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummy signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
But yeah, they have both. So 1 day is gi, 1 day is no gi, 1 day is gi, and like that. But when I work 24 hours. So if it's a no gi day and I worked, now I missed that gi day for like the week. So I'm like, man, damn. So, you know.
Yeah.
And that's how I started.
Most of the departments down here, what is it? Like you're on 24 hours, you're in the house, right? You're in the firehouse, right?
Yeah, you're on call. So
I mean, that's essentially 4 shifts, right? 4 8-hour shifts. So then you have 2 days off, then 1 day on again. So it's just kind of a rotating schedule, right?
Right. So it's not I work every Monday. It keeps rotating.
Yeah.
So it just changes.
Yeah.
It's very dynamic. I work Saturdays, Sundays, Monday, holidays, you name it.
Yeah.
If it just falls on that day, I work it.
You're not taking that day off. They're not giving you a day off.
Unless you call out sick.
How long you been on the job?
6 years.
6 years?
6 years in December.
Love it. I mean, I know.
It's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
It's different. It's not, you know, it's like, I tell Drew all the time, I'm like, man, it scratches the itch a little bit, but it's not like the Marines. The Marines was a whole different animal.
When you does your other career scratch that itch? your film career?
Uh-oh.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Follow my OnlyFans. No,
tell us more.
He was competing one time, and I told him, I was like, yo, in this bracket, you're going to go against some freedom fighter guys. And I'm like, me and their coach are like this. So we're going to be talking shit
Is that
to each other.
Team Freedom Fighters?
Yeah.
Is the name of the team?
Ray, Ceviche. Bro, he's an amazing guy, amazing coach. Have a lot of respect for the guy. But we're always, like me and him, when we're coaching against each other, we're talking more shit to each other.
Yeah, I've seen some video of you. I don't know if it's that one, but I know you.
Well, no, I'm always talking shit. That's my love language.
That's what I'm saying.
That's my love language. Right, but it's his too. So we're just like, you know, it's so like anytime like my guys do something, he's like, oh, that shit won't work. And he's like, oh, that's YouTube wrestling. You know, we're always going back and forth. So when I saw freedom fighters in his bracket, I'm like, me and the coach are going to be talking shit to you. He's going to be talking shit to you. We're going to be talking shit to each other. But I don't know if he understood the gravity of it.
Yeah, mind you, I had no idea what he actually meant. They were just, it was like they were roasting us, like both of us.
Well, you were like roasting the opposite. The
Mid-match, they're just like, oh, look at that. That's bullshit. That's not gonna work. And I was like,
I was like, Ray, you gonna teach it? I was like, because he's wrestling everybody, and I'm like, you gonna teach your guys wrestling or what's up? He's like, Drew, your guy does gay porn.
I'm like, damn, he found my handle. Mid-match, I'm yelling at him. I'm like, damn, you found my handle?
So raise a subscriber.
Yeah, exactly.
That's where it came from. So it stuck.
Yeah.
Here and there.
Yeah.
Hey, listen,
So-
you gotta figure out
But
ways to make
Luigi,
ends
his
meet, you know?
nickname is another thing, right? We got to
Well, I
address
mean,
that.
we got the mustache.
Oh,
going,
man.
right?
No.
It goes. Is it
So
beyond that?
So prior to him coming in, like the week before, his homie, who's also another Marine, right? This guy's built like a fucking fire hydrant.
Yeah.
Right. So and he's a firefighter too, so he only has the mustache. So I'm just thinking Mario. Right. So the
He
next
looks just like
time,
Mario, yeah.
So the next time he comes in with him, it's Mario and Luigi.
Oh yeah.
So before I even knew his name, I'm like, bro, Luigi, Mario, like
It stuck.
yeah, it's stuck.
And like
To this day?
we're wearing the same rash guards because like 'cause I started jiu-jitsu before him, and I'm just like, hey, this is a good brand. Like I wear these shorts, they don't rip, they're comfortable. And he goes and buys the exact same color. So we show up to class. It looks like mom dressed us right before.
I mean, you guys do look alike though. He just looks like Mario to your Luigi. No, yeah, absolutely.
The funny thing is though, like when people just meet him, right? They're just Luigi, but they think that's his name.
Yeah.
Right. Then when they find out it's a nickname, so Mario will show up and they're like, holy shit, is that Mario? We're like, yeah.
They already know.
Yeah.
By the way, that's something at our gym, like nicknames. I have never been in any other place where like either you get called your Instagram handle and that's just the name that they give you, or they'll come up with a name and then just like nobody uses a regular. I sometimes I don't know. I forget your name sometimes because he calls you Luigi. I'm like, oh shit, is it Mike? Hey. Like I try to call people by their names.
So
And Drew's all nicknames all day long.
You guys are both at ATT gyms. I know the gym that I came from where I met him. You know, you definitely have that laid back style that I like that too. You know,
Yeah.
I don't like the, you know.
We're not teaching his spec here.
At my even at my gym, I'm older than my coach, and I've been with him so long. There's probably only like 2 or 3 guys that can talk back to the coach in the middle of instruction and maybe make a joke and not get torn apart in a roll later. You know, like or get ridiculed, like taken to the side. You know, so but I came from that world of with Kenny being able to like talk back and joke around, and it was very open. You've always been like that. You guys came from different gyms, right? ATT was definitely not like that. More traditional. You too,
no.
ATT. It was like
Yeah,
straight laced,
there's
right?
Not most of the places I've ever trained at. If we said half the shit that we said on the mats here, I would be so put it this way: I have a rib that's popped out, and for tapping to a submission that the black belt thought I shouldn't have tapped to. So basically, I spent the rest of the time in knee on belly under him because I tapped to something that he thought I shouldn't have done. So that, which I mean, what it is. I learned a lot, but yeah, no, our gym
Like that was like the punishment for doing something wrong, like negative reinforcement, basically.
Negative reinforcement. It works. It works. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, we don't. That most like Brazilian style gyms are trying to teach you Hispec, and like it's not our thing.
Yeah, it's not our thing. And I led with that based off of just instinct.
Yeah.
But then I saw John Danaher talking about it, and he's saying how like when you have a relaxed atmosphere, people learn more.
Yeah.
And I see that with that relaxed atmosphere, you breed camaraderie, and with that camaraderie, you learn more. Because one thing that I'm gonna start the damn series on Instagram, like shit I learned from the Marine Corps, right? But one of them is like small unit leadership, right? I couldn't do the shit that I do if I didn't have a Thanos, a Desi, and a Devin.
Yeah.
Right? Our gym would not be what it is. Because we'll go to a tournament, right? And Thanos is the type of guy that's like has like a video game controller in his hand. He's like just telling you every fucking thing to do. And I'm more of the cheerleader, right? And Desi's like a mix between us both, right? So when me and him coach together, you're getting everything. You're getting cheered on. You're getting told exactly what the fuck to do. And you just feel supported throughout that whole match, right? And I fucking love that, bro. I love going to tournaments. And actually, this guy, he saved the day one time.
With who?
Fucking Cliff.
Oh yeah.
That situation.
Yeah,
right?
that was crazy.
So, all right. So, we have 2 new guys, right?
Oh,
Two
you're
new
gonna tell
white
this
belts.
story?
Yeah, bro, why not?
Jesus Christ. Are the cops
Why
looking
not?
for him still?
We got 2 hours. We got 2 hours.
Yeah. So we have two new guys, right? Both equally as dedicated, in my opinion, right? They both used to show up to the 8 a.m. classes. One worked sales at 9 a.m., so he used to show up at 8, take a shower at 8:30, bounce by 9. Be at work by 9. The other one worked overnight, okay, and he used to do security overnight, come to the gym, shower, get on the mats, okay? Both of them used to show up every single day. Both of them were equally as dedicated. Both of them trained everything, and they both signed up for a tournament, right? Our goal was to win number 1 for the day, right? The team. The Friday prior to the tournament, right? The one who we're going to call security, we're going to call the other one sales, right? Security shows up, right? And he shows up at 8:15 and claims that he, in the bathroom, put down a Nintendo Switch, okay? And he claims he forgot it there, right? Okay. Leaves, goes to train, okay? Sales comes, right? His normal time, 8:30, and he goes, takes a shower, goes to work, okay? Allegedly, the switch goes missing, okay? So now security is pissed. Security is looking around, questioning people, whatever. Talks to Devin, my business partner. Devin says he'll handle it. Snooping around, looking for the shit again. Talks to me. I say I'm going to handle it. Now he's been told by 2 leaders in the gym that they're going to handle it. Okay. We have the tournament the next day, and I see sales and security by the fucking, by the weigh-in table, right? And I could see that they're bickering, right? So security is like, I know you have my stuff. Just tell me you have my stuff. And I was just like, yo, what the fuck did I tell you?
Yeah.
I'm like, I told you that I'm going to handle it. Today, you need to focus on competing. Go compete. Go back over there. Go get warmed up and get ready for your matches. He's like, okay. All right. Tell sales, hey, like I asked him, like, did you take this shit or what? Like, he's like, no. Like, I don't even. Oh, and then he's like, I don't even know what a switch is. All right. Apparently that pissed off security. All right. So I'm sitting down. Right now, like the whole team is by the bleachers. Right. We have 22 motherfuckers signed up to go, plus all the family members. Like our team is deep. Right. So I'm sitting on the bleachers next to Desi. And Desi goes,
Yeah.
right. He goes like this. And I look and I see security approaching sales. And now I'm pissed. Right. Because I told this motherfucker to stop. Right. He pulls one of these, the whole look away, the high school look away, and punches him. Right. But I was already going towards him. So I grabbed this motherfucker by his waist, right? I do a mat return on the hard floor, and now I'm livid because he went from a student to somebody attacking one of my students in that moment.
Criminal.
And I do not fuck around when it comes to my guys.
Yeah.
I am a protector through and through, and at that point, he was the fucking enemy. So I slammed him, and now I'm pissed, and I'm on top. Like I'm controlling him, right? I slammed him, and now I'm on top of him, mount. Right, and I'm like, you
Screaming.
motherfucker, screaming, and then Thanos.
So yeah, well, so
In my mind, I know this isn't where the story's going. In my mind, you said Thanos saved the day. I'm picturing Thanos walking in with the switch.
He had it the whole time. Hey guys, what's up? Oh, you're looking for this? Dude, this switch is so cool. I saw it in the bathroom.
So 2 things. Number 1, security is probably about 30 to 40 pounds bigger than sales. So that's part of it. He walked up. He started screaming at him again. That's what alerted Drew, and then hits him, sucker punches him loud, pow, like cracked his tooth or something. Right? It was bad.
His tooth went through his lip.
Yeah, it was that bad, right? And now he's screaming plus Drew's screaming, and now there's a crowd, and I'm like,
And this is a tournament's going on.
Yeah.
There's a tournament.
500, 600 people.
Is this
inside.
Suave
The
back
Coral
there?
Springs.
Coral Springs.
Coral
Oh,
Springs
shit.
Gymnasium.
Yeah.
Coral Springs Gymnasium. Was a lot of people
Heard
there.
this story.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you weren't there.
Yeah,
so
you weren't
then
there
I
yet.
walk up and I'm thinking in my head, de-escalation first, man, because I don't want to get us all kicked out, but also like I don't want cops to come and all that stuff. So Drew's enraged, like at this guy.
By the way, the police station is right next door.
Oh,
the police
yeah.
and fire station
Oh, there's
is
cops
right.
there?
They share the fucking
Yes,
parking lot.
it is. It's true. And there's cops there on site.
Yeah.
And like there's a crowd around us, and I'm looking. And for me, always, in these situations, and all these situations, especially when there's like risk of like legal trouble, de-escalation first. We can deal with all the other. We can beat the crap out of this dude in the alley afterwards, but in front of everybody, we're not committing crime.
Too many witnesses.
Right. So I tend to just be good at like keeping calm in type of situations like that. So I run up, and Drew is like was gonna kill him.
Yeah.
So I come up and I talk some sense into security and calm him down. I also calm Drew down.
Drew, he goes, Drew, shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
And he starts talking to him.
Because I'm trying to calm, because the kid on the ground was trying to get up to attack. Like he didn't want, Drew's on top of him, right? And could kill him if he wanted. Okay, and that kid just is enraged beyond belief and freaking out. And I start yelling. I go, bro, you want to go to prison today? You want to go to jail today, dude? You just assaulted somebody.
He could,
Oh, no, 100%.
Tournament or not.
Yeah, you just assaulted somebody, and now you're screaming. You better calm down because, like, that's like we're all gonna get in trouble, but you first and foremost will be in huge trouble. Like you don't give a shit about going to jail.
He's lucky.
And the crazy shit is like, he would tell me, he'd say, Drew, shut the fuck up, right? And I'd be like, and then Thanos would talk to him, and whatever answer came out of his mouth re-enraged me.
Yeah.
So I start screaming again. Thanos was like, shut up! And I'm like,
yeah, I gotta calm down both of them, honestly. But I'm just trying to de-escalate till I get the kid to finally agree that he wasn't gonna attack, which he did. He did not. He followed through. Yeah, he calmed down, and then I don't know what happened after that.
Oh, then I think Desi kind of picked us up. Like he picked me up, or something happened, and then I ended up going outside. And then I don't know what the fuck happened.
So the kid who got punched he went to the park. He actually ended up competing that day.
Yeah,
even
so
still.
he gained my respect because he went, got stitches, and came back and
did
won
he stay
his
there
match.
Or did he leave to go to the hospital?
He went and got stitches at the urgent care.
Yeah, that's
like, hey, I tripped and fell. Can you help me out real quick?
Yeah. And then went back and competed, and the only reason why he didn't he won his first match. The only reason why he didn't continue is because his stitches started opening him up.
Okay.
So
and then what happened with the other guy? Did the other guy compete, or did he go home?
No, he went home, and then he got kicked out. He got kicked out.
I want to know, did the switch ever appear?
Yeah. No. So the kid with the stitches showed up with the switch. No, I'm just kidding. Oh my God! I'm like, he had it the whole time. Oh my!
Did anybody ever find the switch?
No, but
there was never a switch.
See, my thing is that it's your responsibility, right? If you forgot something, gear drift is what?
It's you take it.
It's a gift.
Yeah, it's
you never heard that gear drift is a gear gift?
Yeah, I mean, tactically acquired.
Yeah, there you go. No, tactically acquired is stealing, right? That's tactically acquired. All right, but gear drift is a gear gift. Like, look, you have personal responsibility, right? And one thing that I couldn't wrap my head around is that I could leave my wallet. Like last night, I had left my wallet, it just laying around. It had $100 in there. Right. And it's like, oh shit, I gotta get my wallet. Like I've never worried about keeping my shit around the gym.
Yeah.
Never. Beats headphones, whatever.
Did you throw that guy out of the gym? Did he ever come back, or is he gone?
So interesting. So there's an interesting thing that happened, right? Devin and Desi looked at it like, fuck, like this guy really needs to be here. We can help him. Right. And then me and Thanos were like, fuck that. This guy does not need to be here.
I didn't say fuck that, but personal responsibility I think is a big thing. And we were talking about like, how do you handle this from a lesson standpoint? Because they're both young.
Yeah.
So Drew and I aligned on a certain kind of a certain aspect or an angle on how to handle it. And then Desi and Devin were handling a different way. My mentality in situations like this is like, because they were like, hey, he needs to learn a lesson. And I go, okay, well, the lesson is that it's a lesson of loss, right? Like you don't teach somebody a lesson by bringing them back in and saying, hey, don't do it again.
Yeah.
That's not a lesson. That's like, hey, what you did was no big deal. And people will give you a second chance, even if you do something like that's unacceptable.
Would it have been different if they wound up like grappling? Like if he attacked him but only grappled, no strikes, and like kept it within jiu-jitsu. Like if they were, in a scuffle when it mattered.
I'm sure all of our parents at some point have told us.
How old were these guys?
Do not embarrass me in public.
In their 20s, okay.
Yeah.
Grown men?
Yeah.
Well,
20s, come on now.
No, yeah.
No, they're definitely, but they're young
bodies,
guys.
child brains, for sure. Yeah.
But it's like look, we're all there's 35 of us in a corner, all wearing the same uniform, right? A M Jiu-Jitsu.
Embarrassing us.
Right? And because of what you did, now you have the head instructor looking like he's fighting with the student, and then now we're causing all of this commotion. Thank goodness, like there was people that knew me. One in particular was Jason Barron, the dude from Coral Springs Jiu-Jitsu.
Okay.
He was like telling everybody, like, yo, that's between student and coach. Like, guys, calm down. And I seen him doing that, and the people calm down. So between like him and Thanos, like they got the situation from being like 500 motherfuckers rushing to be like, oh, with their phones out.
Yeah.
You know, thank goodness that didn't happen. So
Well, I think that the reason why it went down the way that it did for us internally is that number one, you sucker punch somebody, right? Like that's under no circumstances that cool in any way. Like it wasn't like he said, "Fuck you, fight me, let's go right
go
now."
outside, let's
and
go.
Because
Yeah,
I think
put your
if it
hands
was,
up.
if it was like, even though there was a huge size difference, if it was a fight between them, that's very different.
Yeah,
than
like a mutual agreement
A guy says
to throw down.
comes up, starts yelling again after we already told you it's already done. You took my shit. You took my shit. And the kid says, "What the fuck are you talking about?" And then he literally does one of those. What he said. He looked away and then bam, hit him. It was a great punch. It was tremendous. It was a clean
but how's the
punch. We were in
takedown though? How's the takedown?
Yeah,
how's the takedown?
Takedown was tremendous. It was a great takedown. Drew's only takedown. Only wrestling takedown ever.
Fonzie would have been proud of that one.
Yeah, no, tight waist mat return. It was great. But yeah, I think the reason why Drew and I aligned on this is like, dude, like I couldn't find any. It wasn't like they got into a shoving match and then one dude shoved another guy and the guy punched him back, or like even like the kid who was in sales said, "Fuck you, punch me," anything like that. It was a situation which, in my mind, you and I agree on this too, which it's funny because other gym leadership literally are polar opposite. They believe it's the opposite. But like, number one, if you leave something around, you're asking for it to take, right? That's number one. And number two, like, there was no proof that the thing ever showed up to us. Like, he could have lost that before he even walked in the door.
And not realize it, right?
Right. So that was a big thing. That was on him and I. And like, the only reason why he accused this kid are two reasons, in my opinion, right? Number one, he said that he was the next person who walked into the bathroom afterwards, which means absolutely nothing because a lot of people come in and out. And the other thing is because he's way smaller than him. He wouldn't, because I made a point. I'm like, all right, Desi, who's is obese, right? 220 pounds.
That was a fat shame.
Oh yeah. There you go. So yeah, he's bigger than you. So
Does he? He got big?
Oh yeah.
He blew up a little bit?
Yeah.
He's fat. But like
He's
blew
huge.
up or
no,
blew
no.
up?
No, he blew up. He lives way Thanos, anybody
fat
that's
piece
just
of
a
shit.
pound over the
Is
bro,
fat. Is a fat.
Desi's
Okay,
an
gotcha.
obese
Fat or
piece of
steroids?
shit. He needs,
There's no in between.
Right. Yeah. It's either you're a woman's weight or you're obese, unless you weigh exactly what I weigh. But if Desi had walked in afterwards, chances that would have happened? Zero.
Nil.
Right. So that's it. So in my mind, I'm like, dude, you didn't give us a chance to give you a chance. That's the way I look at things like this. Like, I run. Yeah, I have a business and I have a bunch of employees, and that's the way I run it. I go, dude, give me a chance to give you a chance. And if you don't, then there's no we're all adults. We make a mistake, and sometimes the consequences for that mistake are you don't get to do whatever you want to do.
It's getting physical in any environment, even in that environment. You know, in a martial art.
If you would have done that at our gym,
That's the one thing that you can't do, that you can't use as your recourse. You know, like you can't start just hitting or even
like not in public,
sucker punching
motherfucker.
somebody.
Like
at least if you wanted to do, if you felt like you wanted to at training, put it on that guy and really take it to him and keep it within the scope of the training.
Do you want to fight?
Yeah.
Do you want to fight? Okay.
Yeah.
You guys are gonna spar right now. Glove up, mouthpieces. Vaseline, whatever.
Easy.
Yeah.
Put the timer on the clock. Let's go. Have at it.
Yeah,
It's a fighting gym.
We can't trust the kid now. That's what I told him. I go, what if something else goes missing and he sucker punched me? Because number one, I keep a gun on me, bro. So, and if you do that to me, right? So now I'm going to be in jail because you punched me. And now my kid's got, like, that's what I said to him. I'm like, dude, like, you can't trust somebody like who's willing to sucker punch somebody who's supposed to be part of our team.
Well, how long were these guys training? How long?
Let's
Years?
just say 3 months.
No, yeah,
Let's say
okay.
3 months.
Months, yeah.
So I was talking to somebody the other day. I said, as soon as I've never had a fight after the day that I stepped on the mat. I've never had lots of fights
fight?
before that. Never had a fist fight after learning how to train. And part of that was as soon as I started to learn how to train and started seeing other people and who trained, and we had people coming in, Drew come. What I started to realize real quick was you don't know who else is training, right? If you lined up all the guys in my gym, it's just like doctor, accountant, freaking cop, firefighter, right? Unless they have like really bad cauliflower, you can't see. You don't know who's. You just mix them in with the general public. You could put the parents on the mat and you wouldn't know who's trained. So like I've quickly realized like you don't know who trains, and you don't know, I might get into a situation where I'm going to start a fight with somebody and all of a sudden this guy's fucking flipping me around, choking, right? Or knocking me out. You just don't know who trains. But I never realized that until I really started to get into it. So like and then it just calms you down, it humbles you, and it's just like then once you start to learn how to do this, then it's also like, oh man, what if I hurt somebody?
Yeah.
I can't. I don't want to hurt this person. I don't want to hurt somebody else. Then I'm gonna get locked up because I'm trained and they're not, and blah blah blah.
That's
now,
how I look at
can
it.
of worms.
Legal consequences, is, in my opinion. I have a family. He's got a family. Like, imagine, your daughter. Like, oh, what happened to your dad? Oh, he's in prison. Why? Well, he got into a bar fight.
Yeah.
And now he's in prison, and I'm, now I'm a stripper.
It's
that's what goes through my head. Right.
Yeah. What if he would have knocked him out and then he cracks his head open on the floor? Like,
oh, dude, yeah, he put us all in danger in that sense.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Consequences
There's a
are
line.
ridiculous.
There's a line you shouldn't cross.
I want to go back to, because we didn't really get to it. We said you were talking about cardio as a weapon. We didn't really get to that because we were starting to talk about being a firefighter. Are those things do you just naturally have good cardio? You work on your cardio? Is it because of the job? Is it because of jiu-jitsu? Is it both?
I think it's multiple of things. I think it's I take care of myself, so my natural cardio is going to be
higher,
better because I'm very hydrated. I eat correctly. I carb up before the gym. I get I sleep well. There's a lot of things you do outside of the gym to make
electrolyte shit.
Yeah.
EPO?
No.
Whoa,
Hey, whoa.
easy.
This guy's shooting up EPO in the parking lot.
He's trending hard.
And I just think that if it doesn't work the first time, just keep working. Just change directions, work the other way. Especially with guard passes like Thanos, that he has a hard guard to pass. So you have to misdirection pass a lot.
Impossible.
Yeah.
So you gotta keep that dance going. Eventually, either I'm gonna mess up or he's gonna get tired.
Yeah.
Something's gotta give, and then that gives you opportunities and open windows.
On the fire department, there's a lot of continuing. I won't say continuing ed, but you have to be in shape. Are there tests that you have to pass occasionally or every year?
That's a misconception. Everybody thinks that because you're a cop or a firefighter, we're all in shape. I want to say
I already know that from the cop side. I mean, that just doesn't exist pretty much.
It's very department based. So not every department has the same rules or laws. So it just depends on your department. There's other departments that have an annual
almost
test.
like a continuing ed or like a recertification, for police, they have to certify for their
Right.
They have to go to the range and certify for their gun. Right.
No, in our department we don't. But it's it kind of bothers me a little bit because we're supposed to be in the best shape that we possibly can because God forbid something happens to you or your family.
Yeah.
Right.
And then we're supposed to
support each other.
Yeah.
Right.
It's one of those things.
I don't want a fat guy running into a burning building to save my wife and kids.
Right.
And
it's happened. It's happened on the news. People drop dead. People go into these fires and right then and there just because they don't take care of themselves. I think it says a lot about you.
Yeah. So is it where you are a lot of is it buildings or is it house?
It's mostly residential, and then there's high rises.
High-rises,
I'm on the south. I'm on the beach station, and there's a lot of high rises. So when the fire alarm goes off, all the elevators come down. They're not working. You're going upstairs, and it's happened before. It's happened where I've had guys that can't keep up or aren't doing their part. So then you got to pick up the slack.
You're running with how much gear? How much weight?
I would say anywhere from 60 to 80 pounds, depending on what gear you need.
And you might have to carry somebody down with those 60 to 80 pounds plus a person.
At least out of that danger area.
Okay.
Yeah.
What's the tallest building that you've actually had to run? Have you had to run up X amount of flights?
I think it was 7 stories.
Okay.
Not crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
Another thing that happens now is that in these high rises, they're so well built. They have good anti-fire preventions. So for something to go wrong, somebody has to really be retarded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not PC. We don't
Canceled.
want to say it. Yeah. You just got canceled.
I take offense to that.
Sorry, guys.
Why? Because you're a retard.
Run it back. No, you'll see it. You'll see it. I was smoking a cigarette. I fell asleep and the mattress caught on fire. I don't know what happened. You just told me what happened.
I just moved into. I wonder if I just moved into a building in Coral Springs and it's completely smoke free. You can't even smoke on the property. Wow. And I wonder if that's, you literally, I see people walk across the street. They walk, for real. It's the craziest thing, and they will fine you. It's grounds to evict you.
Evict you.
People actually walk
myself.
out. I see when I'm in the gym there, I see them walk out. They walk across the street. There's a post office behind us, and the city hall's there. So they walk across the street to the other sidewalk. They smoke, and then they come back into the building.
Wow.
Literally can't even smoke on the sidewalk outside the building.
That's crazy.
I wonder if it's part of that. Just being in it's an 8-story building. It's not humongous, 8 stories. But I wonder if now that you're saying that, I wonder if it's
liberals.
about that. if it's about smoking.
It's the liberal Democrats. That's what taking away your freedoms to smoke marijuana in your apartment.
Here we go.
Don't get him started. Don't get him started. Thank God he's not mic'd up. Thank God he's not mic'd up.
Thank you, Biden.
So I want to go to. So we talked about that laid back, for lack of a better term, like a laid back environment, which again I love, and I've been to your gym, and we trained at Kinney's, and I feel like it was that same vibe. So we've had this discussion a lot, and I know like Keenan Cornelius has brought it up. Have you seen like the videos of him talking about like the American Jiu-Jitsu?
That's right.
Do you feel like where do you feel like you land? Do you have? I don't know if we've ever talked about it. Excuse me. Where do you land on calling your jiu-jitsu Brazilian versus American?
Oh, boy.
I think a lot of people that do a lot of the no-gi, right? You feel like
put the glasses back on.
Well, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
Where do you fall on that? We'll ask
awesome.
everybody if you got an opinion, but Drew, where do you fall on that for your own gym?
I tell you
gym?
what, brother. Damn right. What we do is American Jiu-Jitsu.
Americanas, baby. Let's go.
Everything's
We're in
an
America,
Americana.
it's American Jiu-Jitsu.
Hey, we got arm Americanas, leg Americanas.
Neck
The only
Americanas.
belts we got is red, white, and blue.
That's right, baby. Let's go. God damn.
That is the clip right there.
That's
Please,
right.
Make sure we get that clip, please.
I'm about to do some push-ups. dude. I'm all wired up now.
Yeah, bro.
Like a great American, you will.
That's right.
That's right.
Hey, but look. Let me tell you
Do you
something.
care? Do you care? Does it matter?
No, it does not matter,
No.
bro. What we're doing is jiu-jitsu, okay?
Yeah.
If you want to break it down into form, fine. If you're doing Brazilian jiu-jitsu, you have on your pajamas. If you have American jiu-jitsu, you have on spandex. Either way, it's gay. That's right. That's a soundbite.
I'll pull that out though.
Hey, no, but seriously, like that's all it is.
Yeah.
You know, American jiu-jitsu, you're doing jiu-jitsu, but it's a lot of wrestling and leg locks in it.
Yeah.
And Brazilian jiu-jitsu, they don't like
I feel
leg
like
locks.
that's what changes
that's the only
it.
fucking
Yeah.
difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I know like this like he came out with these videos. I guess it's I mean, obviously Brazilians don't like it. He had a compelling argument. Did you see the video where he
Keenan?
goes back? Yeah, did you
I have
see
lots
the
of
video?
comments on there. Oh,
Do you-
yeah.
He really goes
Two-time
back
World
and
World War champs, baby. Let's go.
He's going back like before Helio was born, and there's articles that say like American Jiu-Jitsu, but I think some of them when you read it, it's just like American Jiu-Jitsu practitioner, like speaking about that person. But then there was also references in just that video where they're calling it American Jiu-Jitsu. So it's a compelling argument for those two camps. He really made a compelling argument that listen, before Helio, which is credited so much with Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, which there's an argument on that side as well. But it was a compelling argument. Did you see the video? No, you have no clue.
All right, let me tell you something.
He's seen it.
No,
Yeah.
I've seen it.
Okay.
I've seen it. Let me tell you something about all of this. Okay. There's a quote that I fucking heard a while back, and I don't remember where it was from, but it was like, "You're a smart motherfucker, but you so smart, you's a dumb motherfucker." Okay? It's like we don't have real problems in the world, so we sit around a fucking table because we think we're smart, and we're just like, "Oh no, this is American jiu-jitsu. No, that's Japanese. Oh no, that's Brazilian jiu-jitsu." It all doesn't fucking matter. It's like the whole thing with fighting, right? The fucking MMA guys get pissed off at the jiu-jitsu guys because they say, "Oh, jiu-jitsu is not a fight." Okay.
Yeah.
But then the MMA guys, before they go into the fucking cage, they're like, "It's a war." And then you got the veterans that are like, "Hell no, buddy. You ain't going to no fucking war." Right? And it's just like, Jesus Christ. You know, and then with the MMA guys, the street fighters would be like, "Well, y'all wear gloves and shit." Like, look. If you look up the fucking definition, grappling is a form of fighting, okay? And whether you're grappling, whether you're MMA, street fight, it's all a fucking fight, war fight. You're all fighting.
Thanos, tell us how you feel. Tell us why he's wrong. You made a lot of faces there.
Yeah.
Wait. You want to go back to Keenan and then finish with?
Well, no,
Stick is fucking dumb.
Keenan's a great American. I really appreciate everything he's doing for us now.
Keenan, we appreciate your service.
Fauci.
Yeah,
Thank you for your service,
That's
Keenan.
right. Yeah, trust the science and the history, guys. Yeah, I think no. Well,
Well,
number
let me just
one,
say, Bo's loving all these key phrases.
so
He loves
number
all
one, like, so Drew and I definitely agree in some ways about like who the fuck cares what it's called, right? Like, so but I disagree about the fight stuff. But
About what?
about calling it like grappling is not fight.
It's a match.
Look at the
I think it's
definition.
right.
Look, dummy, put out your smartphone and look up the definition. It's a form of fighting.
So if there were two guys in a bar and they were rolling around on the ground and they were fighting, but nobody lands a punch, is it a fight?
If we're
shit.
Yeah, no, it
right?
sounds like two gay dudes, but which is fine, and I appreciate that. They just can't train with us. But
he trains with us.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
What?
That's discrimination. The way I look at it is this, right? So grappling itself is a game.
Yes,
It's a really fun game, right? But the guys who try to take it too seriously, we're not gonna say what country they might come from, but they take it way too seriously and they think that they're doing like the most manly thing possible. It's like, dude, you're dressing up in tights and you're hugging sweaty guys on soft floors. There's nothing manly about jiu-jitsu, about grappling,
Daniel's like,
about
you're
American
speaking my
jiu-jitsu.
language.
Right,
I'm
yeah.
fired up again.
Right. Or either that, or you're wearing, you're wearing a karate costume, right? And you're doing the same thing, right? You're hugging sweaty men on soft mats. Like, it's not a fight, right? Like, and we know because we have MMA fighters who come train with us, and they can make grappling feel like a fight, right? But it's still not a fight because if they're not punching me in my face, they can threaten to punch me in the face, and I can feel threatened. But a fight is bludgeoning each other. We're bludgeoning each other.
But okay,
we can have a gunfight.
What the fuck is a bludgeoning, right? Okay, you can get killed faster, right, with a choke than you would ever be with a punch. So which one's more dangerous?
Well, that's not exactly true. That's not true at all. What do you mean? About? I could punch you in the head.
Can fucking kill you.
Right, but I could punch you in the head, right, knock you unconscious, you hit the ground with your head, and now you're dead. That happens.
But so you need the
That's
ground to
faster than
help.
a choke.
I don't need the ground to help.
Yes, you do.
No, the ground is my
grappling
ocean,
in space,
brother.
brother.
Oh,
Yeah,
man,
exactly.
it's my ocean.
Can
And
you
I'm
swim?
a shark.
But
maybe.
No, but I don't know. Listen, I'm not going to pretend that what I do is fighting. Maybe you can pretend, but
no. But the whole point of
It's a
what I
game.
said is like I don't give a fuck.
Right. And
Right?
that's
It's just
where we
the
agree.
arguments, right? We just don't have anything else to talk about, so
Yeah.
we're gonna try to say,
so
it's
it's
not
great.
fighting. Who gives a fuck?
So what we agree on that, and the best thing about that is when you find people who, especially on social media, because social media is a cesspool, right? It's like the worst place to. It's like the worst form of communication is social media by
love it.
far, right? Like
I love it.
So
Stupid
what
memes
I do-
all day.
No, exactly. It's,
Rock my brain.
But I'm not talking about entertainment. It's a great form of entertainment. The worst form of communication is
Absolutely.
that we've ever come up with is social media, right? So what's great is, and if you look at we posted some videos on our Instagram that went crazy viral about like throwing fake guns while we're grappling, right? And then you get everybody wanting to make comments. So like
I saw you attacking them.
Oh, dude, it's my favorite thing. So I will attack people on both sides and like on the same thing. But yeah, it's a great way to troll. Right?
Okay.
So like the Keenan Cornelius thing. I'm just looking for people who are upset so that I can do my best to hopefully make them a little bit more upset. Right, but like
keep them talking.
It comes down to like taking things seriously, right? Like that's what I love about our gym is that because it's not that it's laid back, right? Like we train hard as shit,
Sure.
right? And we try to hurt each other a lot of times, like that happens, right? Like
Amen.
because we trust each other in that sense, right? But we don't take it serious, and there's difference between being laid back and not taking it serious.
Sure.
Like we know that like when I walk into the gym and I'm a few minutes late and Drew's showing leg locks and I call everybody a bunch of fags for grabbing each other's feet, right? Like, first of all, like, it's my favorite thing to do is do that too, right? So like, it's clear that I'm
each other's feet.
Yeah, I like leg locks.
It was
right?
confusing at first. I was like, he is a leg locker.
Right.
Why is,
He's the you sound like the guy who would yell fire in a crowded movie theater.
I mean, if there was a joke there,
Yeah,
if it
okay.
made me giggle, right? But the point is, like that's with my personality. If I find somebody taking themselves too seriously, I can't help but try to troll them.
Sure.
And like I just luckily after years of trying to find a place where I can fit in and be this
like
type
that,
of like
yeah.
sarcastic piece of shit.
Because you just basically described Drew. I mean, that's
But yeah,
Drew
Drew and I
have
clicked for
same
that
fun,
reason. Yeah, we're literally
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever said anything nice about him, and he's never said anything nice about me. and you know what I mean? But it's like
He said some nice stuff to me.
right,
about
but
you,
yeah,
so-
but exactly, but not to each
But
other.
not to your face.
we would never talk.
Not to your face.
We
Not
never
to
talk.
your
I
face.
refuse.
He
Not to our
actually-
face.
He made me swear that I wouldn't tell you
This
the nice
fat guy
things.
right here, no chance. No, but like we have such like I'm so happy that I found this place because it honestly changed my life. Like I've never been able to be so consistent in training, and it's and things get in the way, but it's basically because like I'm obsessed with the culture we have there. It's fantastic.
Yes, because we're laid back, we train hard, we have fun, right? But we also have boundaries too.
Mm-hmm.
You know, what I mean, we don't get disrespectful. right? There's a fine line between being disrespectful and then just healthy, fun shit talk, right?
Okay.
When Thanos does that, it's not disrespectful. I don't see it disrespectful at all. It's just like that humor that's just inserted, you know what I mean? And it's cool, right? It's fun.
Yeah.
Right. You know, sometimes I gotta tell the lower belts, like, I'm like, all right, guys, like, relax. Like, don't. You're not
I feel
Thanos.
like it's something that needs to be also earned. You need, like I said, there's only a few people in my gym that I feel like can, and I'm even like careful what and when I say something and what I say. You know, it's like in the work environment. Like if you call out your boss in the room full of people, you could say the same thing in the room full of people and get one reaction, which is probably not going to be good, and be the two of you off to the side or in a room by yourself and say the same thing, and it's funny or it's taken a different way. So I know the line.
Yeah.
But a lot of times, like, we have guys that come in and don't know that line and then they say something at the wrong time. Like, you're definitely not talking in the middle of instruction, you know. But if the coach says something to me and starts to rip on me a little bit, there's no pause on me saying something back to him. But when other students do it, it's just like, oh, yeah, you haven't been here long enough you haven't earned that right to be able to talk like that.
I think you have to be self-deprecating. I think that's the key there. So, like, if you're just trying to talk shit and you can't take it back, that's an issue. I mean, most of the stuff that I joke about, it's usually like really a joke about myself, right? Like when I call Desi or anybody bigger than me like obese, it's really just like I'm too small. Like that's really what I'm saying.
I gotcha.
Right?
Yeah.
Or like, or if
the
I like
truth comes out.
Well, yeah, I mean that's like
He's opening up. He's opening up.
This is the soft.
I mean, I assume this was obvious. I understand we're dealing with some low IQ individuals here, so I have to explain some of these things.
What'd you call me?
Don't worry, baby, we're okay. But that's that thing. So
Look what you did.
And while I do agree, like you do have to earn the right a little bit. I feel it more like because I don't care about the rank, right? Like we have guys who probably will never be good at jiu-jitsu and they'll train with us, like, but it's more about like, do you put the effort in? Are you, for me personally, and I'm a habitual line stepper because I do get sometimes I cross the line, I know it, and I'll think home, like, damn, maybe I should have, and I'll call like Drew, like, hey, did I sit across the line or whatever? Because I'm always thinking about that stuff. But like for me personally, the way I look at it is like, if you show up and try hard and take instruction and are trying to get better in a sense of like, to help better represent the team, that's kind of how, like, one of the reasons why I like to compete so much and why I like to train out, I don't want to suck, is because, like, we're part of a team, and, like, if I suck and I go to another place and get my ass kicked, and they're like, oh, well, those guys suck. Because that's how I feel if somebody shows up to our gym and they suck. So, so for me, all you have to do is do that, and then it doesn't matter what you say. You can say all sorts of terrible things about me or whoever. Like,
I think also, like, the ego.
Yeah.
In our gym, it's a healthy environment. Like nobody has an ego issue. I've been there 5 months now, and I haven't seen anybody with an ego issue or anything like that. Like, man, they get tapped or they lost and they're storming off the mat, or you've seen it. You heard the horror stories.
I've seen somebody throw their mouthpiece and be all pissed off, and
that is not at the gym. At least on the jiu-jitsu side, I don't do the MMA or the striking, but at least from what I do is I don't see it.
Well, if it happens, it gets dealt with very quick.
Yeah, we had competition with Salamanca, so I specifically encourage. I think competition is the best way to get better at jiu-jitsu, and it's also like there's no other sport because it is a sport. It's a game, right? It's not a fight. So
fight down.
So like nobody shows up to like baseball practice and then just doesn't play a game, like unless you just suck, right? But luckily in jiu-jitsu, like, hey, come train, get better, and then go play the game, which is go compete at tournaments. And now they're relatively cheap, and they're all over the place now, which is fantastic. So I compete a lot. Not sometimes when I don't want to, but I want to be like lead by example. That's a big thing for me. So we had a new guy who's actually, I've known him for a long time. He married my wife's best friend. We were like good friends. And him and I have a better relationship. In the past, we didn't have a great relationship. He trains with us now. And like, I like being a coach. So we went and he competed at a new breed and like was beating the crap out of people. It was fantastic. We were so happy. But then he got up and like after one of his matches, he got up and started beating his chest and like, and
he won worlds?
Yeah, basically, yeah. It was a white belt bracket, a new breed, right? And it wasn't even the finals. It wasn't even the finals. But again, I mean, listen, we all understand like the emotion that it goes into that stuff. Like you feel really good, right? So immediately for like, hey, fucking great job, fucking job. Don't ever do that again. Like, act like you've been like you can
super humble.
Yeah, well, don't be super humble. Just be like, all right, good, and then celebrate with us afterwards, so we can go talk shit about the guy you beat up or whatever. But like, don't embarrass your opponent. Because the other thing in my mind is, if I beat somebody and I embarrass them, they might not show up to the next tournament, and I want to have more rounds against that guy too. That's part of it too, right? Like whether he's going to get better or not, like I want to have opponents. You need partners. So like clowning your opponents, number one, it's just bad taste, but also like it could discourage somebody from ever coming back and competing again.
Right,
So,
and they see that name on your chest, and it's like, oh, is that how they all are
those
over there?
assholes
Oh,
over
those
there,
guys
right,
are all,
Right.
yeah.
Well, I mean, we're assholes, but in a different way.
Yeah.
Touche.
I think the best thing about the gym leadership, like to get back on that, is that we know when to be serious. Okay, in a situation like Thanos, we're not gonna say who it was, but there was one of our guys who got mad at some because he got confused about like what a call that the ref made.
Yeah.
Then after the match, he tried to just
Storm off the mat,
tried to storm off the mat. What'd you do, Thanos?
Yeah, so yeah, he complained about a call. He got tapped. Actually, he lost the match and then refused to stand to get the other kid's hand raised. Refused to shake the hands and like try to storm off the mat. So I screamed. It's on tape. I screamed at him, "Get your fucking ass back on that match before I whoop your ass fucking right now." I started screaming at him, and he's young. That's part of the reason why I felt, I guess, at the moment why I did that. I didn't really think too much into it. Just my reaction.
How young? Like kid young?
Yeah, like
young
19,
adult?
I think,
Okay.
years old.
All right.
So, like, again, I'm not trying to teach anybody his spec, but if we're in a public and you're representing us, that's the way I looked at it. I'm like, dude, don't fucking embarrass us.
Have you ever like had your crew like, hey guys, have a talk with them before? Like, this is how we're gonna act. You know, especially if you have younger
No,
guys.
it's more because we just focus on the competition. Oh, we need to go kick ass.
Yeah,
All
we're
right,
trying to
yeah,
win.
yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
trying to win.
Okay.
Right?
But, like,
if you lose, don't be a fucking loser.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
that's the whole
That's
thing.
the worst part. That makes it 10 times worse.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
make a scene after you lost, bro.
No,
just,
no. When I lose, a lot of times I'm either upset with myself or I'm impressed with the other guy. That's usually my mindset, right? I'm
Yeah.
like, either I fucked up and made a mistake and I'm fucking really mad at myself, or I'm like, damn, that guy was fucking good. I got to keep training because that dude might show up to the next one. Like, I don't think, I can't remember, actually, no, I know for sure. I've never, ever been upset upset at anybody else for losing.
No.
Just you.
Yeah,
It's my fault.
At ADC, after I lost my quarterfinals, the first thing I told Drew, I was like, bro, I can't wait to watch the tape and see what I did wrong.
Yeah.
Like, because that's how you grow. You know, that's how you evolve. You make mistakes, you move forward. That's it. It's not, oh, I'm not going to make a scene and cry. Oh my God, sorry, coach. No, I was like, damn, Drew, my
It's the
bad.
dumbest
There's
thing.
time for that when you're like by yourself. You can fucking cry in a corner if you want,
But even still, it's like it's non-constructive. Like my worst loss, Drew was there. It was embarrassing, incredibly embarrassing. I kept my shit together while we were with the team. And everything. My drive home, I was just like, I remember thinking like, maybe I really suck at this. Like
Everybody's been there.
I think everybody goes through that.
But it was just
no
like
matter
I was
what.
almost, like, because I've been like at that point. This was almost 2 years ago now. But like I thought I was good. It was stupid for me to even think that. But I made a really stupid mistake. But it was my first like super fight, right? So I'd never competed outside of just like an open tournament style
system, yeah.
which is obviously you don't have the spotlight on it. But I was super hyped up, and I've never felt more confident for a match. And I lost in 15 seconds to a kid who I definitely should have beat. And I remember thinking like my drive home, like, yo, maybe I'll never do this again.
My
drive
ran
home
up
was-
to him like, I'm gonna get you.
Yeah, it was so bad. dude.
But that's how you get motivated.
Yeah. Well, that's for
Because you
me.
remember that.
I signed
that's
up for the
burned
next
in your
tournament
brain.
on my drive home.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, that's usually
Yeah.
my mentality. I'm like, yo, if you lose, like, we've had some guys get like really emotional, and like even Desi will say this, like Desi doesn't compete, and he said the reason why he does it is because he doesn't care enough about losing. I go, bro, because he doesn't like cry and scream about losing. I go, bro, that's like dumb. What an immature way to look at things.
He doesn't compete because of that?
Because he
Doesn't-
said that was his excuse. He said he doesn't like to compete because he doesn't care enough about losing. Like if he loses, it doesn't affect him. And I go,
Do you feel like he's not going out there with
that's what he
But
said.
the thing is,
The
enough
drive. The drive, yeah.
That's what he
Yeah.
said. But I'm like, dude,
mean,
I don't care about losing. Like I'm just trying to test myself. And
I mean,
it's
if
a sport.
you pay the $120, the $150, man, why are you not trying? I don't know.
Well, I mean, trying from a standpoint of like, yo, did I train? Do I feel like I have skills? Do I have a chance to beat this person? But whether you do or don't, like, you don't know who's going to show up. Like, this is all about like testing yourself. First of all, it's a sport that we do on the side. It's not we're not professionals. This is not our entire life, right? It's not
speak
like
for yourself, bro.
Drew's sitting there on social media while we're training here and saying, "Oh, I do this full time." But
Ground is my
no, but I mean, like what I love about jiu-jitsu or grappling or American, whatever you call it. What I love about this, gay fighting. So,
Hold on. If you get in an argument with your wife right now and you came to tell us, what are you gonna tell us?
I don't. Get
I got in a
arguments
fight with my wife.
No, I don't. I don't argue
Yeah,
with
he
my
is.
wife.
He's I got in a fight with my wife.
No,
Is that a fight?
no, it's not. It's an argument.
No,
But I don't even. It's a disagreement
but-
realistically. But I don't fight with people. It's stupid. First of all, if we're in public, you were talking about in a bar. Like I'm not fighting. I'm taking 3 steps back and I'm drawing. We're not fist fighting. Yeah. We're not fighting over something stupid shit. Someone's gonna die, bro. Like in public. We're not. Like I don't do jiu-jitsu for self-defense. There's no self-defense, brother. I'm not gonna take a chance. I'm not John Wick, and that's the point. I'm not John Wick, bro. I'm not taking a chance with my life because you decided you want to have a bar fight, bro. Like you're probably gonna die today because you made a mistake.
Let's we're gonna do the drill down. We're gonna do our questions at the end of the episode. So these are a bunch of questions. I've added some here.
That's fine.
Well, we call this Bo.
The drill down.
That's our sound effects guy. So we got I got a bunch of questions here. Probably won't I'll ask a few different ones, but you guys can all answer if you want. So first one, easy enough. We've already discussed. Is it usually gi or no gi? You guys are all no gi guys. Take down or pull guard?
Take down.
Take down.
Take down.
Pull guard.
Hey.
Music during rolling, you turn it up.
Sometimes, depending on the day.
James Brown.
Yeah, James Brown.
If you had control of the music, what's your musical? Do you like the music on when you're rolling?
I don't care. It doesn't matter.
It's
preference?
man.
Hallelujah.
Preference?
80s music.
80s.
It just depends on the day. Sometimes I
60s
just
and
like
70s.
gangster rap music, and sometimes like 60s and 70s. James Brown though, that's been a good station.
Yeah.
Oh, for real?
The
60s,
best
70s?
music that's ever been
Yeah.
made in the history of the planet was between the 60s and 70s in America.
Okay.
I agree.
I thought it was
But no, like, rap
90s
is
hip
good
hop
too.
and R&B.
It's good. That's good too. I don't really care.
That's good.
All right,
great
I threw this new one in here. Okay, I'm going to ask these two guys. What's the best thing about having Drew as a coach?
The best thing?
The best thing about having Drew as a coach.
We only how much more time do we have to sit and think about this? Oh, God.
You go first, Thanos. You know him longer.
Oh God! Well, you know, my favorite thing is like when I hit an awesome move and like I look up for approval and he's on his phone scrolling. That's like my favorite thing.
The promotions will reflect, guys. Just remember.
Oh, then yeah. Can I get demoted?
Tread carefully.
I like Drew because the best thing about him being my coach is that the no ego stuff. Like he's not trying to teach me his spec. That's not my thing. Like you know,
He's trying to teach you the art.
Yeah, we're learning together. Like you know, I teach now too, but really when I teach, I'm learning, and I feel like Drew has that approach too, where like we're all just learning together. So that's I guess that's the best thing.
What's the worst thing about having Drew as your coach?
The racism is really bad. He just looks at me and says "Free Palestine" every time he sees me. I don't know.
All right. What's the most annoying, Alexis? Are you coaching yet? You're
No,
new.
no.
You're
Ask
new.
him.
You're
Hold on,
new.
you didn't answer. I want these answers.
Which one?
Both
What's
of
the
them.
most the best and worst thing about Drew? Having Drew as a
I think
coach.
the best thing is that we connect on a different level. So he talks to me how it is.
Yeah.
He's like, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah.
Why would you go for that when you have A, B, C, and D? And I'm like, damn, he's right.
Yeah.
I did go for that with no hooks in. That was stupid.
Yeah.
You know, I love it because that's how I learn.
What about the worst thing?
The worst thing? Everything's videotaped.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh
Our
man,
gym.
you fuck up and
Just remember the time. Like when I
It's
was
like, hey guys, let's look at the
When I almost
videotape.
broke my wrist trying to take you down.
oh my god.
I'll show everybody that video.
Drew, Alex, the coach's most annoying thing that students do.
I have two things.
Yeah, I know.
Two things.
Yeah, I
What is
know.
it? What is it?
Yeah, I
I
know.
know. Yeah. Not being coachable.
yeah.
Fucking
terrible.
like.
Hey, you're doing this
There
wrong.
was a brown belt yesterday. I'd be like, "Yo, stop talking. Stop."
Yeah.
What? When I say something,
Wasn't me. Thank
Do
God.
that.
No.
This is the move. Do the move.
Yeah,
Don't-
because like you were doing the move and then you do something that's fucked up, right? And you say, "Yeah, I know."
So why you do?
Right. You don't know.
You don't know,
I thought-
and it's like I get annoyed at me. Like, well, if you knew, you would have did it right the first time, right?
Coach, most annoying thing that students do.
So it's something similar, but like, so when I'm trying to place, like, so when I'm teaching them something new and I try to place something and they're just, I'm like, dude, stop fighting me.
Yeah.
Let me place your hand. Like that for me is always so annoying. Like, relax. No one's trying to kill you. We're just teaching you a move.
Most annoying thing coaches do.
Most annoying thing coaches do. Damn.
Well, you guys are also students and coaches. Most annoying thing that coaches do.
So in terms of like actual coaching during live rounds, yelling out unhelpful instruction. So like my first black
Just
belt
get up?
coach. Yeah, my first black belt coach used to just yell, "Use your body." That was the only instruction he ever gave. I'm like, I thought that's what I was doing. I don't understand. No, it's funny now that I coach. I understand what he meant, but like he said, like I like to yell out specific instructions.
Yeah.
So that's what I like.
Okay.
Yeah, I had to learn how to be a better coach, working with Thanos, because I don't coach like that, but he needed that. So I had to learn his game. But I think the most annoying thing that coaches do a jiu-jitsu wide is they'll tell you stop using so much strength, but there is no.
Oh, that's
I don't
true.
like that.
Oh
one.
my
I
god.
don't
Like
like
to
that.
white belts, it's like stop using so much strength. It's like, well, what the fuck am I supposed to do?
No, yeah. Use your
Right, there
strength,
needs to
please.
be a.
You're not
that's a
telling
preparatory-
somebody who's flexible not to use their flexibility. You're not
Right.
telling somebody who's like long or tall not to use
It's
that
always
as
a strength.
You know.
Always a strength.
Yeah.
And
I understand it. I think what they really mean though is like what I was saying before. Like, don't be dropping a people's elbow on somebody. Like you're using your body in a way that's not helpful to jiu-jitsu, or you're going to hurt your partner. Versus literally like this is strength pulling somebody into my guard.
Don't be a
versus
goon.
me like falling on somebody because I'm a big guy.
And
I
also-
think that those two things get confused.
For sure. And also what I tell them is like, look, the reason why you're using so much strength is because you don't know technique. So you're
Yeah.
going to resort to strength.
Yeah.
So these techniques that I'm showing you today, just try to do those. And when you get your guard pass or it doesn't work, just keep trying over and over and over.
I know you and Kenny used to say this all the time. What is I don't know if this is from the Marines, if it's from the Corps. You used to say, what is it? Slow is smooth and smooth is fast, or smooth is how does that saying go? Is that a Corps
You
thing?
said it right.
Is that,
I don't know,
Smooth,
I just-
smooth, fast.
Is it?
Slow, smooth, and smooth as
It's
fast.
fast.
It's just
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a
So I've kind
athletic thing.
I'm always like the speed will come is usually what I'm telling people. Like when they're trying to do something really fast and they're doing it sloppy, I'm like, go slow, go 1, go 2, move your leg. It's okay. The speed is going to come from that repetition. It's almost the same as you said. But I did get that from you and Kenny
slow
because
it
you
down.
used to say it all the time. So like that's one of the annoying things that I find when again the new guy comes in, just trying to go too. They see the coach doing it maybe fast, like they'll do it slow. Let me show you, and then like okay, let me give it to you in real time and show you what it looks like, and then they just try to do that last one the way it looks, and not. I like when people count. Like I'll actually be like 1,
2, 3.
2. Place here, foot goes here. Say it like I
that.
still even say it out loud to myself. Like I'm saying it out loud. Like go here, okay, move.
Yeah, you
all
have to have it in digestible pieces to.
Yeah.
You're right. Some people learn by seeing right here. Right, somebody who maybe reads but reads out loud isn't like they're reading it, they're seeing it, but they're hearing it. Right. The same way if somebody's being taught, they're seeing the visual. Person's writing on the board, maybe reading them something they're seeing in different ways. I kind of like to see all those things, so I'm doing it for myself. So that's just something I do. But I try to tell other people like, go slow. The speed is going to come. You're going to be a superstar one day, but you got to do it slow to get this down.
Yeah, you're not going to learn it fast.
Yeah, that's
Thanos,
been
you're
the
not
hardest
be a
part.
superstar
Yeah.
one day.
Yeah.
Working
So-
that throttle.
So next question, Drew. I'm going to ask you this. You specifically, since you're a gym owner, what would you be doing now if you hadn't found jiu-jitsu?
Crack.
No, he said if you hadn't found it.
Bro, I don't know.
What would you be doing for a career? Do you feel like
fucking know, man.
What did you want to do when you were growing? Was there something that passion you had when you were growing up? No.
I had no. When I was growing up, I would see people like that knew every football stat, every baseball, every basketball. I wasn't interested, right? They like people like that were artists, right? They would just draw all day in class. And although I did like drawing, like I just never felt obsessed about anything. I thought something was fucking wrong with me.
Yeah.
Until I found jiu-jitsu.
True. Okay.
Now I know something's really fucking wrong with me, but
You guys, are you like watching tape? Are you like addicted to like, you said you're a social media guy. Are you like always watching moves and following people or buying instructionals? Are you that guy?
I don't buy instructionals, but I like watching videos. I watch
Pirate.
my own videos too, like
Yeah.
from previous matches, tournaments, see what I
Sure.
did wrong. It's
Okay.
the only way to get better. And it's like Thanos said, the only way you get better in this game is competing.
Yeah.
Because in the gym, you're only going to get a couple
Certain
looks,
looks, yeah.
partners.
You say you hate social media. But are you somebody that's on watching stuff?
Oh, I'm addicted to it as
Yeah.
well. But no, I mean, for
that's why he
me,
hates it.
yeah, that's part of the reason. No, I mean, I do like I'll send him like either things that are terrible, and I'm like, yo, look out for this guy in our gym. He's probably going to use this. He's going to try to use this. He knows exactly what I'm talking about. Or I'll be like, oh, that's something that we'll try out. But for me, I am obsessed with jiu-jitsu. My life outside of jiu-jitsu is so stressful that like jiu-jitsu is my stress reliever. So like,
It's a happy place.
yeah, I don't tend not to watch too much jiu-jitsu in general, other than my matches or like the guys that I coach our matches. But I do jiu-jitsu in my head all the time. I'm always thinking about like I'll wake up 3 a.m. trying to go to sleep, and I'm just like, okay, underhook hip toss or underhook pull guard, whatever. Like for whatever reason, like that's where I go when I'm looking.
Yeah.
Yeah, your poor wife, dude. Jesus Christ.
She wakes up with black eyes and stuff. But yeah, it's a stress reliever.
Ultimate goal. Do you in the world of jiu-jitsu, do you see yourself, like owning a gym, coaching, or is this the side? Is this just the happy place, or is this something that you see yourself, doing for the rest of your life, and maybe coaching, owning a gym, things like that?
I'm a competitor. I like to compete. I like to win. It's just the bottom line. I like to be better than other people. And I told Drew when I came over, I'm like, hey man, I want to win a world title.
Yeah,
I want to win. Okay. I don't care what belt.
Next year, baby.
Yeah, I don't care if it's blue.
How long have you been training total in that?
I'm sorry?
You're a blue belt, right?
Blue belt.
How long have you been training total?
About a little over 3 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanos' ultimate goal. Where do you see yourself? I know you're coaching. You said you got a business, and you got a business outside of the watch. Like you have your own business, and then the watches. That's what you do. Okay. Yeah, so and then what's
my ultimate goal is
here?
jiu-jitsu. So I would like to run a gym. Like I've talked to Drew about it before. Like maybe once I get my black belt, possibly having like an affiliate gym with Drew. I think because I like.
Are you an affiliate now? Are you
fantastic?
Are you an affiliate? Who's your black belt?
He's an affiliate of America.
That's right.
Do you have somebody that's like above? You know the affiliate system.
The Constitution.
You know the affiliate system. Do you have somebody? We don't have to say. We don't have to say it if you don't want to.
Will Abreu.
Yeah.
Will.
Oh, Abreu. Okay, Black House, right? Black House. Is he still Black House?
No, he's Miami Martial Arts right now.
Okay. I know he's doing something with the city. We had him on. He's doing something with the city. Is that his thing, or does he still have Black House though? Is he still?
I'm not sure what his relationship with Black House is anymore.
All right. Yeah, he was a cool dude. I had him on.
Yeah.
Came with a big ass, a nice bottle of whiskey he brought for us. It was cool.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, he brought us a gift. Drew. Where's my gift?
No, fucking Thanos.
I got a gift for you.
Take your watch
I
off.
totally forgot to bring shirts. I have a ton of shirts. Is anybody in XL? You're not an XL. You're not
True.
I got one XL. It's not next time, Drew.
Drew's a double XL.
I know. I'll see. Am I seeing you? I'm going to see you on Saturday.
Yeah.
I'll see you on Saturday. Yeah. I'll give you some shirts to give.
You know what I like about
you guys?
This? Look at that.
Yeah.
American,
nothing but the best.
Yeah, brother.
All right, last question. You guys have done gi jiu-jitsu, so we got to ask this question. Popular question. When you did gi jiu-jitsu, did you or did you not wash your belt? No. Drew.
Takes away your superpower.
I already said this.
Yeah. Oh, it's been a while.
That's haram, bro.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Haram. My wife washed my belt once, and I lost all my stripes when I cared about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So I don't know. My belt stays in my gym bag.
You carry it. You still bring it to the gym?
Yeah, just to let people know.
It hangs out the side just a little bit.
right.
Did you see the tip with the?
Oh, yeah. You can show him the tip.
When I was asking, I was asking him, like we were on Instagram, I was like, I needed to, put you on the gram and say what your bona fides, right? So I'm asking him, he's like 19 stripe white belt or something. He says, I'm like, bro, I got to get this fucking R. I'm like, what is
You should have put that on the thing.
I told him, I go, I'm going to put that. What? And then he like answered me back with brown belt. So
Thank you to Feito IT and AV, specializing in commercial and residential automation, security cameras, CCTV, POS, and more. Check them out at feitoitav.com or call 305-428-2515 and let them know the dummy sent you. Special thank you to the crew over at Flow and Roll for all their support. Flow and Roll is renowned for their incredible no-gi rash guards, shorts, and leggings. Flow and Roll has quickly become the premier custom apparel provider for academies big and small throughout the United States. Reach out today to discuss your custom order and ask about their incredible pre-order program. You can send an email to flowandroll@gmail.com or visit their Instagram at flow_n_roll and shoot them a direct message. And yes, they can create an awesome custom gi for your academy as well. Visit flowandroll.com to check out their awesome designs, and while you're there, pick up a Jiu-Jitsu Dummy signature tee exclusively at flowandroll.com. And remember, you'll get 20% off your purchase of t-shirts, rash guards, or gis with code JJD.
Yeah, Thanos likes it. Thanos likes the gi.
I do.
Yeah.
No, it's a fun game. It's more of a game than a sport, in my opinion, as opposed to like no-gi jiu-jitsu is more of a sport. Gi is a game. It's just my body. Like I don't have the time or the intention to like really invest in like my physical,
Right.
like weightlifting and all that stuff, because I like jiu-jitsu so much that if I did Like if I had more muscles to protect my body, I'd probably do more gi,
That's
more
great.
gi
Okay.
jiu-jitsu.
Bro,
So,
take some of the
yeah.
fucking steroids he has on the
Yeah.
ball.
Yeah, we're gonna talk on a little
And
deal
some of
here.
the steroids. This guy,
right.
come on, man.
Listen, we got to wrap it up. Listen, I appreciate you guys coming out. Do you want to give your Instagram handles? Okay. No, you don't want anybody to know
What
who
about
you
your
are.
OnlyFans?
Mr. Thanos.
Oh, OnlyFans, that's a different story.
You guys can find me online by go fucking yourself. How about that?
Okay. There we go. Drew, I know. Drew's a business. Drew owns a gym.
DRU
Give a
_Phoenix.
Drew
and,
Phoenix will
and the school.
We'll check his messages while we're rolling.
BJJ.
I usually put the Instagram handles when we introduce
so
you. It'll
we're
say
good.
your name on screen. Like,
Yeah, you can
is it
check
okay
it
to
out.
put
Such a
They put
hater.
just send me your OnlyFans link.
There you
so
go,
I can check it out.
thanks.
You're okay with me putting? We'll put it on. We put it on there.
Yeah,
okay,
I support.
We'll see how long it
I
lasts. I might
support
delete it.
single.
We'll kick up those watch sales. You know?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah,
All right,
that's
guys.
what I
Listen,
need.
I appreciate you guys coming on. Thank you for doing this. Listen, if we're trying to stay more local than doing the Zooms. A lot of the time the guests that have come in is always like somebody suggests somebody else. So if you know anybody else that could come and do like a roundtable like this with a student or two or some coaches, let me know, make a suggestion.
Why don't you get Mello and his crew in here?
Mello is because he can only do it on Saturday. I've tried.
Oh.
And I don't really want to do it on
Shabbat.
Saturday. They don't. I got to talk to the
Shabbat.
production
And
guys.
Zoom is a
I don't.
communist plot, so like
I
agree
prefer
with
not
that.
to be doing it on the weekend, but I work it out eventually if we can.
Gabe from 10th Planet. He got a bunch of characters.
Gabe
in.
from 10th Planet. Which 10th
Gabe.
Planet?
10th Planet Miami.
Miami.
It's actually in Pembroke
Gabe.
Pines.
It's in Pembroke Pines, but
Okay.
we forgive him.
All right. I
he's
had
cool.
I had Heather Clark on, and I think I'm gonna have one of the Pompano guys on.
He's cool too.
10th Planet Pompano.
Yeah. But Gabe is like, he's my dog. So
Okay.
Gabe and his
All right.
crew.
Yeah. If you
Yeah.
know anybody, you want to make a suggestion, make an intro. Good personality, better than yours. You're okay. But
Hey,
so.
my characters,
hook it up.
bro. My guys.
All
are
right, listen,
fucking best.
we're gonna wrap it up. Thank you guys. Appreciate you coming out. Check us out, Jiu-Jitsu Dummies on Instagram for all the ways to watch, listen, support. I'm Uncle Milty BJJ on IG, so everybody calls me Uncle Milty, right? From the
Okay,
handles,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
They work the opposite way for me, though. They call me Uncle Milty, and then I made it the handle. So, all right, thank you for watching and listening, everybody. Peace, love, Jiu-Jitsu. Us.